It was my wedding night. I was sitting there, dressed as a bride. Some strange conversation was going on between my father-in-law and someone else, but I couldn't understand what they were talking about. After a while, I was sent to my in-laws' house. When I arrived, the door of the room was closed, and someone started lifting my bridal veil. I froze in shock, because the person lifting my veil was not my husband. It was my father-in-law. My name is Rocio. I am 25 years old. I am a completely ordinary girl. My parents were very worried about my marriage, because my younger sister was already married, while I was still living at my parents' home. The only reason was that I am average looking, and 3 years ago my engagement was broken. Perhaps that was why no one was willing to accept me. I give tuition to children at home. For the past few days, my father had seemed very worried. He had been out since morning. In the evening, I asked my mother where he was. She said, "He has gone to meet a friend. They are discussing a proposal for you." I was surprised. "A proposal?" she replied. "Yes, they are coming to see you tomorrow." I went silent, wondering how everything had been. Decided without even asking me. The next day, my father brought them home. The boy came with his father and sister. The boy was nothing special to look at, and he didn't talk to me at all. But his father and sister spoke very kindly. The wedding date was fixed, and they left. I sat alone, thinking maybe he didn't like me. The next day, when I was alone, my future father-in-law came to ask about my clothing size. The way he looked at me felt strange. Then he asked, "Daughter, are you happy with this match? In this house, you will have peace. Whatever you ask for, you will get." Lowering my eyes, I replied, "Yes, I'm happy." He smiled and left. His tone felt odd to me. Wedding preparations began. My father was very happy. My sister-in-law-to-be called me every day. My father-in-law also called and messaged me. Often, very lovingly, very emotionally. But the groom never called or messaged me even once. That worried me. I took his number from my sister-in-law and called him myself. At first, he didn't answer. When he finally did, he spoke very coldly. Angrily, I hung up. At midnight, he sent me a message. I understood everything. Tears filled my eyes. I was about to reply when my father came in. He took my phone and said, "There's no need to talk before marriage. You know why your first engagement was broken." I was scared. 2 days were left before the wedding. They passed quickly. On the wedding day, my father arranged everything grandly. When the groom arrived with the procession, his face looked pale. The marriage ceremony was performed, but my father-in-law was not present at the nikah. After the nikah, the groom suddenly disappeared. People started asking, "Where is the groom?" Suddenly, my father-in-law appeared and said, "The boy has gone back home. There's been a problem there. We will take the bride ourselves."
My father-in-law was wearing a white sherwani in the place of the groom. My father and father-in-law stood aside talking. My father was explaining something. My father-in-law kept looking at me again and again. His gaze felt strange. My grandmother was sitting beside me looking, worried, constantly calling someone.
"Forgive your father. This was your fate. Nothing changes by our will or yours." I became very anxious. My mother kept giving me blessings, but explained nothing. Without meeting my father, I was sent to my in-laws' house. Even there, the groom was nowhere to be seen. I asked my sister-in-law, "Where is my husband?" Angrily. Looking at her father, she said, "Your husband will come in a while," and left me alone in the room. I waited. When the door opened, my heart started pounding. Out of shyness, I lowered my head. After a moment, my veil was lifted. It was my father-in-law. In panic, I said, "Father, what are you doing here?" He replied, "Daughter, I am your husband." I was shattered. He explained, "My son ran away with another woman immediately after the marriage. I tried to stop him, but he didn't listen. I thought if the marriage broke again, you would remain unmarried your entire life. People would taunt you. Your reputation would be ruined, so I married you myself to protect your honor." I started crying uncontrollably. I asked, "Why is it always women who are asked to sacrifice? Why? Are men always protected?" That question still echoes in my mind today. My brother and a sister-in-law are older than me, and they take care of me.